So joining us for DC News Now at 4, I'm Tosin Fakile.
And I'm Mark Hall. The couple killed Yaron Luchinsky and Sarah Milgram were leaving that event when they were approached by the suspect and then killed. Yeah, strong reactions pouring in following this tragic loss.
If you're not enraged, you should be. And if you're not brokenhearted, you ought to be. How can we stand here like it's normal? Like this is our world. Don't you want something better?
And we have team coverage this afternoon. DC News Now's Ben Dennis is at the Israeli embassy talking with people in the Jewish community.
But first, let's head out to DC News Now's Marielle Carbone, who's awaiting the start of a news conference. Marielle, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Mark and Tosin, we're expecting to hear from the U.S. Attorney in just a bit here. But I can tell you, as you guys mentioned, people are in shock over this shooting. We spoke to a witness who was there last night, and he says he's not even sure how the suspect knew about the event. It was a private event, not publicized, and he is calling this shooting horrific.
We were all just kind of in a state of shock.
And now, nearly 24 hours later, Yanni Callan says he's still trying to make sense of what he witnessed.
It's completely unacceptable that somebody could be radicalized to this extent, to come into a Jewish museum, pretend that he's one of us, and then admit to murdering somebody.
According to police, officers received multiple 911 calls around 9:08 p.m. for shots fired at 3rd and F Streets Northwest. When they arrived, they found 2 people dead on the scene. The victims now identified as Yaron Luchinsky and Sarah Milgram, who both worked for the Israeli embassy. The couple, set to be engaged soon, was attending an event on humanitarian aid at the Capitol Jewish Museum.
Muslim, Christian, and Jewish organizations partnering to bring aid into Gaza.
Officials say the suspect, identified as 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez from Chicago, was seen pacing outside the event.
He approached a group of 4 people, produced a handgun, and opened fire, striking both of our decedents.
Free Palestine! This video shows Rodriguez in handcuffs yelling, "Free, free Palestine." The FBI raiding his Chicago apartment Thursday.
Shooting people in a Jewish museum doesn't free Palestine.
And I want to be clear that we will not tolerate this violence or hate in our city.
D.C. and Israeli leaders condemning the act of violence.
Together we won't be afraid. Together we'll stand, and we're going to overcome moral depravity of people who think that they're going to achieve political gains through murder.
And we're told Rodriguez went inside the museum after the shooting, was sitting in there for several minutes before admitting that he committed this crime. We know MPD is investigating, the FBI is involved, and the U.S. Attorney is prosecuting this case. That's who we're waiting to hear from within the next hour. So we'll bring you those updates on air as soon as we get them. Reporting it live downtown, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.